Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October.
I don't want to hear about no Glenn.
EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in the state of Georgia. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Third play here, this opening drive is up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had little issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
A confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. The Falcons are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season, and they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
A pitch comes to Patterson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Here's the option play now to the left. They'll run here with Algier. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Patterson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Taking it right down Broadway. And
The lucky motherfucker.
touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. When guys field it that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Extra point by York is up and good.
Damn.
Tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated grooves. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patterson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. This is fielded at the 27. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get...
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. It's certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Okay. From the 9, 2nd and 5. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Let's go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Patterson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the turnover leads to points as they go through there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They force the interception.
I stay in your lanes.
Drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2nd and 5 now. Watson, he'll find Hodgins there complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
A little football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And now Watson throws another interception. It's Eric Harris who picks it. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. One more time with Patterson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Hey, ready. Check contact, check contact.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. This is a 26-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points. But that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Watson now to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little gain. Being chased out left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
What the fuck?
He's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. From the red zone now, Watson. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run with Chubb, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try again with Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Browns have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. But now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they want it now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up?
They just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this 1st half as the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining 1st half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get... He's got him in, complete. He's at the 30, 10. Touchdown, Falcons. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had a strong.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Low ass off me, nigga.
End zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And they're able to ground it in there on a 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season. What has changed? What hasn't changed, Brian?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's got room. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now Patterson to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. York now for the extra point. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
You got Tyreek. What you see?
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game. We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. We'll see now they start to bring even more exotic pressure.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. 1st and 10, it's Patterson.
Get the fuck on your block, 67?
He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Looking to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
They'll give it to Patterson. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field.
That's a pass interference.
Be incomplete. Scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Shit.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Troy Anderson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Here comes Cohen. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Ready up.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. 3rd down, here's Patterson. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. To throw is Watson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. On 1st down, it's Watson. Finding Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. Here's Watson.
Oh my fucking goodness.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Very sharp here to start this drive. 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. As he'll get still 1:20 left to go in the game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Watson. And his throw is incomplete. He's unable to complete it there. Just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2 minutes.
AJ Terrell, you some shit.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops it behind the line. The defense will run their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring out a 4th down.
Got a quick flash about being in their huddle. Whatever the play call was, it was tagged with these words. Make sure you stay in the middle of the field. That's where we want to be.
And he did just that. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. Well, the entire game coming down to this kick from Cade York. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Browns are going to win the football game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here.